Hi, Andreas Becker here from On Page One Media. Today I'm going to send you my first newsletter in a video format, and you're going to, if you choose, get it on a regular basis. I'm going to send you always a fantastic tip, something that you can do to improve your marketing right away. And the trick is, of course, to actually learn from this and actually implement and put it into practice. Hey, I love marketing because it's such a variety of what it offers us. Okay, what have we got here today? Today we're going to talk about video marketing. It's something that I've learned heaps about, and I see so much activity there and so many opportunities. So I thought I'm going to share that with you today. And really there's three things about video marketing. The first is, what is video marketing? How does it work? How not to make video marketing. I think this is really, really important. This is why many people don't do video marketing, because of that. They think they have to do something that they shouldn't actually be doing. And then the most important thing about video marketing, there's actually something quite revealing, comes at point 3. So let me tell you something here. The first thing is that the old way of doing business, we call it the old school marketing, is actually starting to work less and less. Think about it yourself. If you are looking for a solution to any problem, where are you going to go? You're going to go to places like YouTube and the internet, and the stuff that people look at is video. So the old school of marketing, you know, that costs you a lot of money and sits as a doorstop or to prop up a table, you know, the yellow pages or the radio advertising, that kind of stuff is pretty much on its way out. And you need to choose if you're going to be part of where people are actually looking for information, or if you're going to do the old school type of stuff, you know. And at one stage, you're going to waste a lot of money doing old school type of marketing. And I would like to prevent you from doing that. So basically, if you're not out there where young, old, everyone is looking on the internet, right? And if you're not there, then basically you haven't got an opportunity to be in front of people. Okay, so you have the choice right now, and possibly you might not be out there where people need to be. So let me tell you a little bit about YouTube. It is actually a media revolution. You know, 10 years ago you had to own a radio station to be basically to have any chance of doing something like YouTube. Now you can have your own radio station. You can you know, you basically can put anything on YouTube: how-to, information, newsletters, sales and marketing information, and it is really taking off. So let me tell you a little bit about YouTube. So there are currently 26 billion online videos viewed every month just in the USA. Worldwide, that is probably double. Online video is now more than 60% of all the internet traffic. So that gives you an indication of where things are going. You need to be there. And YouTube is now the number 4 search engine. So Google is 1 and YouTube is the 4th one. So if people want to get some information on how to do things, or where to, whatever that might be, a song or any information, they actually go directly to YouTube and they type it in there, and YouTube presents them with many options. So you try that yourself. Go to YouTube and look for anything, and it's a very, very good search engine that gives you fantastic information. Obviously, it presents you with video options. Okay, so what video are you going to do? Okay, you have in your head an unbelievable amount of information. All you need to do is break it down into the simplest, most basic step, and then you create some simple video out of that. And I'm going to share some information about that in the coming newsletters, so that you might actually be able to do some newsletters yourself, or any information. Just get it out there to customers. So the information is already in your head. Your job is to get it out there, simplify it, and don't try and do a whole movie. You know, try and break it down into one simple step, one thing that someone can understand and go like, aha, I get that, now I can actually do it, right? And that's the smart way of doing it. And the beauty there is, as soon as you do that, you get seen as the expert. And that's what marketing is all about. You know, if people trust you and see you as the expert, you've achieved a heck of a lot. And in my opinion, that is the beautiful new school of marketing. You give people great information and they actually come to you. They want to do business with you. way different than trying to push a product and let push people to wanting to do business with you. Okay, so Google loves, in fact, their own YouTube. How awesome is that? So right now, when you go to type in anything into Google, you will actually see everything here. And then if you click below, more, then you will see things like video. And if you go video, you see all the video stuff listed there. So that would be a fantastic outcome that you can achieve, that you actually get into the video section on the basic Google search. And you can even achieve it, if you have good views to your videos and you have picked the right keyword, that your video will actually appear in the main search within Google. And again, that is really one of the benefits of doing video online. Okay, a little bit more about some of the video sites. So the idea is you make a video and then you publish that. And the amazing thing is you do not just publish that to YouTube, you publish it to Yahoo Video and VSocial, Vimeo. And Dailymotion is a great one. Blip TV is fantastic. All these, they work exactly the same as YouTube. It's just that you can put one video out at many, many, many different stations, and the chance that your video will then be found is actually very high. So there's a huge benefit in that. Right when you start, I would say start with YouTube, and then you can move to the next step. In fact, in one of my next training sessions and newsletters, I'm going to tell you a little bit more on how to get your videos onto other video stations and how you can make that really easy. So look forward to the up and coming newsletter on that, okay? But it just gives you an idea. I typically, when we publish video, we put them onto 25 different video stations. And it's amazing when you see that video appearing in all over the show. And the beauty of a video, it actually creates a link to your website. So that if you can arrange it properly and code it properly, you can get a great, powerful link to your website. And people can not only see the video and they direct it to your website, there's also a link to your website. So it's a double whammy. It really has that double effect. So there's really that paradigm shift. That's basically what I wanted to get across. You take a YouTube, and then what you can also do is you go to all the social media sites, and you on that site you say, hey, there's a new video out there, and you put a link to that video, and that gets a great chance of that video being watched more. So one simple thing to do, this is a really hot tip, find out what on YouTube you can find out what people are looking for. And that could potentially be then a topic for your video in your region. So if you have a video that's watched a lot in the US and you do a similar video here in New Zealand with the same topic, there's a good chance that you will get a lot of views here in New Zealand if this is your market here. So here's, so basically just having a website isn't good enough. You become the trusted and the respected authority, and the Yellow Pages is not going to do that. So that's what I wanted to get across here. Here's a great story. People from the US, they wanted to come to New Zealand with the Antarctic mission here, and they wanted to get themselves a Maori tattoo. So where did they go? They go to YouTube. And on YouTube, they saw heaps and heaps of fantastic videos from the beginning right all the way through how this video is being drawn and then finally engraved or applied, and then how it looked at the end. Okay, once they saw that, they called the client up and booked in, and $4,500 later, this is all done over the internet, and a couple of weeks later they came in, had their tattoo done, paid $4,500, and everyone was happy. What a great success story. And that happened entirely because of one little tattoo, which was actually fun to make at the same time. Now, as you can see here, there's all these videos. They're all on, one is on VHO, one is on YouTube, one is on Quigo, one is on Live Video. The same video, all on different stations. So the chance that this video will be found if someone types in Maori tattoo Christchurch is extremely high. And that's exactly the effect that you can generate. And here's just the, the results, what happened here. The client got that and it was actually $4,500. And okay, so here's a dirty little secret about video marketing. It's cheap, it's quick, and it's effective because you can actually make a video a heck of a lot quicker than it would take you to write something. You know, when you write something, you have to write it down perfect, and you have to sit there and think about it and all that kind of stuff. I can assure you one thing. Once you start making video, the time just flies. On YouTube, you have 15 minutes maximum that a video, the length of a video, right? And you think, whoa, that sounds like a long video. Every time I make videos, I really struggle to keep within the 15 minutes. The time just absolutely flies. So it's very quick to make. It's cheap because, you know, what do you need? If you have a computer and a webcam, you can already do that. And most computers now have a webcam. If you haven't got a webcam, it will cost you maybe $30 and there you go. Do it. You know, get your kids to help you with setting it up. It's as easy as that. Okay. Now to the tip number 2. This is what you must not do. Do not do Hollywood. The moment you try and do these absolutely fantastic videos with a studio and all that kind of stuff, you've lost the idea. Go and look on YouTube and see what people are looking at. Most of the views, they are very basic. They are real. It's real people doing it, and that's what people want to see. It's short and sweet. 15 minutes, 5 minutes is better than 15 minutes in many cases. You know, if you have a very specific message, try and keep it short. And remember, it's not TV. Don't procrastinate and get this perfect thing out. Get it out there. Be real. Just be you and talk to the people. I don't know if any of you look for Gary Vaynerchuk. He is a very great guy. He's probably the best video marketer out there. And he promotes wine, and he does a daily wine show. And it's such fun to watch, and he gets such a lot of publicity out of that, and really good business, okay? So that's point number 2. Do not do Hollywood. Really, that's one thing I would highly stress. And then finally, point number 3. What is the most important thing in video? It's actually the audio. So one of the hot tips that I have for you is to try and get yourself, if you want to do video marketing, invest in a little camera, and this is called the Kodak ZI-8. You see that there on the picture as well. Now, one of the amazing things, I don't actually like Kodak, but one of the amazing things that this camera has, it has here on the side a microphone input. So what you can do, you can take a lapel microphone like that, and you can plug it in here, right? And then you can take an extension cable. Of course, if you interview someone, you put this on here, and then you can film, right? So this is why I like the ZI-8. And actually, it's a 5 megapixel camera. It has a very clear picture. It's beautiful. It is a very nice camera. So the key is a camera, and the beauty about this camera is it's less than $300, right? And you can't find any other camera with an external microphone that I know of, at least, that is as good and as cost effective as this camera, and it's totally adequate for the kind of video that you want to take, right? So that's the camera I would suggest, ZI-8 from Kodak, less than $300. You can't get that from Kodak in New Zealand, so you just go and Trade Me and just buy it there. The next thing I would highly recommend is, you know, once you start interviewing people and stuff like that, this is stage number 2. You can actually get some little remote transmitters and receivers, and what you do there, into this camera, you actually plug this thing in here, all right? And you can now film, and this thing picks it up, and the microphone goes into this unit here. Okay, so you can see this is now separated, and you can now have people apart by a few 100 meters or something like that. So this is very handy, quite difficult to come by. I ordered this directly from America because I find it not so good to get them here in New Zealand. So that's the camera. Point number 3 there. Get yourself an Apple PC if you're about serious, because I find to make video with Apple is just so much fun. It is so fantastic, and I've tried it with a PC. Very, very frustrating to find the right software. We can actually talk about software one of these sessions, but I wouldn't recommend to spend too much time on a PC. You get yourself an Apple, you can get the small version, $1,500, $1,600. And actually, you know, once you've got an Apple, you will fall in love with it and think, how could you ever have done with a PC for such a long time? So that would be my super hot tip. If you're serious about it, get yourself an Apple PC and chuck away that PC. Guys, this is basically what I want to share with you about video marketing today. So hope you enjoy that. And